What's up guys, this is Astranox. This is gonna be a guide, a review of Dark Corvus, man. If you have him, congratulations. He is insane. He is actually my most wanted natural 5-star Moonlight hero. And like, he is insane in arena offense and guild war offense. And I'll talk where he shines in the game. I'll talk about his kill multipliers. I'll go over his skills. I'll talk about his stats, what kind of builds you can run for him, what kind of artifacts, the sets that you can wear, the stat priority. I'll talk about the skill up priority and also where he shines in the game. So yeah, let's begin with checking his skills real quick here. Just the animation. I mean, the whole character, like his whole design is like super cool. And that thing, man, oh my god, the amount of damage you can actually deal with this, especially when you set up when you're going for a setup on a target with defense down. You got this area to reset your skill 3, man. There's some crazy stuff that you can do. So let's begin with going over his skills. So this thing attacks with a shield, absorbs some of the damage as health with a 75% chance to provoke for 1 turn. This is after skill ups. Damage dealt increased proportional to the caster's max HP. Very cool. This thing, this passive, man, you want to max this thing first. I mean, you want to max 2 and 3, right? And I would say like max this thing and then like at least bring this thing to plus 3. But you definitely want to max this as well because you want to squeeze as much damage as possible out of it. So this passive, when attacked, the caster has a 100% chance to have his skill cooldown reduced by 1 turn unless it's a critical hit. And if it is a critical hit, it's a reduction of 2 turns, which like it's gonna definitely speed things up. 8 turn cooldown on this thing after skill ups. Attacks with a lethal hit, absorbing damage dealt as health. Damage dealt is only affected by the caster's health and does not trigger critical hit. Begins the battle with a full skill cooldown count. The soul burn is only 10 souls and the damage increase is completely nuts. So the skill 1 multiplier is 131% and it also scales based off his max HP, and that scaling is 7% of his max HP. You definitely want to stack a bunch of HP on him, especially because skill 3 only scales off of health. It doesn't scale with attack at all. It even says so in the tooltip right here. And the scaling is 20% of his max HP. Unless you soul burn, if you do it, it's 34% of his max HP. So that's almost double, man. That's crazy. That's such a powerful soul burn for only 10 souls. That's why on offense, he's way more powerful than if you use him on defense. So his stats, let's go over that real quick. Would say his attack is on the lower side, but we don't care about that. We don't really care about the attack. That HP though, that health is super high, and that's what we really care about. The speed, I mean, it's okay. It's a bit low, but doesn't matter too much. Defense is all right. And yeah, let's move on to the artifacts that you could wear. If you want to deal as much damage as possible with Dark Corvus, you should be wearing Portrait of the Saviors. This will boost your damage by 20%. If you're attacking a target with more than 50% HP. So if you want to land like a crazy skill 3, super high damage, you want to wear Portrait of the Savior. You want to have a debuff on the target, and that debuff should be defense down. If you want to increase the damage, you could have the target debuff on the target as well. So you could have Isaria wearing Song of Stars artifact, which is like she's gonna be able to land target debuff. She's gonna be able to land defense down and apply enable to be buff debuff by using her skill 3. After you reset the cooldown, you reset the cooldown of Dark Corvus, then you use her S3. So you've got debuff, you got the best debuff to increase your damage output. You're wearing the rage set. And you have like 20 up to like 25,000 HP, maybe even more. And like you're gonna murder that target with skill 3 after you soul burn it, of course. So yeah, on offense, he's definitely crazy. So if you don't have Portrait of the Saviors because that was a limited time challenge, you can use Exorcist Stunfire. It's going to be 16% damage increase if the target's HP is above 50%. And other options for offense, you could use Creation and Destruction. Let me just quickly go over artifacts here. So Creation and Destruction, that's going to be a RNG artifact. That's going to be like pretty random. But if it does trigger, oh boy, like you use skill 3 and then next time you go again, you can use skill 3. That is insane. And by himself, even without any support, anyone helping him like Isari or whatever, landing debuff, even like you don't have any defense down or whatever, you will like kill any hero almost, unless they were able to like heal in between. So that's really powerful if you want to gamble with that. And for defense, or like for a defensive setup, there's always Durandal that boosts your combat readiness when your HP is below 75% chance. Yeah, 75%, I mean. And there's also Strike Gauntlet. That is going to be for a build if you're stacking a bunch of effect resistance on him. Definitely helps you out to increase your effect resistance. Another setup would be using Crimson Seed. Very powerful, especially if you don't stack effect resistance. This thing just removes, dispels a debuff when you're attacked instantly. Very, very strong. I do use it on my Ken sometimes. And that's pretty much it for the artifact that you can wear. Beside, there's one that you can wear, and it's actually quite good, especially early on. Prophetic Candlestick, only a 3-star artifact, can definitely help you out to lower your cooldown of that skill 3 to destroy your target. So where is that candlestick? There it is. So 40% chance, and that's a 3-star, so easy to bring to plus 30. It might take some time, but you'll get it eventually. So let's get back to Dark Corvus, and I'll talk about the builds that you can run like on him. So the type of sets that you could wear would be like, you could go double HP set plus an immunity set. That would be pretty good until you're able to get some crazy pieces for a rage set plus like an immunity set or an HP set, something of the sort. If you're gonna go with rage, well, you need a debuff on the target to really dish out as much damage as possible. And so you could definitely do fine with triple HP sets, or just go with double HP and immunity. That's actually quite solid. And for the items on the right side, the main stat should be health percentage on all 3, the necklace, the ring, and the boots, because you want to make sure you're going to be able to one-shot whoever it might be with that skill 3. And by going HP, well, you're increasing your survival. And anyways, this is not like a Prophetic Candlestick. This can just keep on reducing your cooldown whenever you're getting hit, which is so good. So you don't have to worry about speed too much. But I'll talk about the stat priorities and different ways you could build him. So HP percentage, yeah, for sure. For the stat priority, I would say that you can go, I mean, number 1 is of course health percentage. That's number 1. Then you could go with effect resistance as your second stat priority, the highest priority. And then it would be effectiveness if you care about landing some provokes, because if you do land provokes, well, they will be forced to attack you, so that triggers that and then lowers your cooldown, so that speed things up for sure. And yeah, you can trigger dual attack with him, and that's more chance to land a provoke. So effectiveness can definitely be useful. Effect resistance, it depends. If you're going to be using a cleanser, that's the thing. You might not need effect resistance, so that there's different ways to build him depending on who's going to be supporting Dark Corvus, depending if you use him for offense or if you use him for defense. But I would say number 1 is always health percentage, and then it could be like speed and then defense, depending on who he's paired with and where you're going to use him on, where you're going to use him, offense or defense. So yeah, it's hard to tell exactly. There's no perfect build. It always changes depending on the scenario. Different setup for sets. You could go speed and immunity, depending. Like, I mean, maybe you get your immunity from the raid as Macalis, right? And then you get your speed because you farm Wyvern 11. So there you go. But let's say you're doing Banshee, or you get lucky in the raid, you got a solid rage set. It's gonna take some time for sure. You could go rage immunity, you could go rage HP set. But if you're gonna use rage, you need a debuff on the target. So paired with this area, that's really where that rage set is gonna shine. And yeah, I mean, if you want to deal the biggest damage, like Isaria with Song of Star, Portrait of the Savior with the rage set on him, it's crazy. With defense down on the target, it's gonna be insane the amount of damage. You're gonna one shot whatever, really. So in PvP, that's where he shines the most. In Guild War offense and arena offense, because you can definitely like control him better with well, you can soul burn this and you can set up defense down and all that stuff and use him with Isaria. So definitely like that's where he shines the most. And then like you could use him in Guild War defense and arena defense for sure. It's just you might build him differently. Like you're not gonna yeah, you're definitely gonna build him differently. I'm seeing a lot of Dark Corvus like with Durandal, or like I guess you can definitely build him with Strag Gauntlet and have a bunch of effect resistance on him. So definitely different ways to go about it. You could even run him on defense and have a creation and destruction artifact. Like someone will be, yeah, they're gonna be really surprised when he goes with skill 3 back to back when that creation and destruction triggers. That would be quite insane actually. But you need to have some good supports that can cleanse him, that can heal him. But I mean, he has so much HP that by himself he can kind of sustain with skill 1, and when he uses skill 3 he's gonna be getting a lot of HP back, so it's not that big of a deal. Like if you are able to just sustain him with cleansing, with some like shield, some absorbs, and maybe a bit of healing, like he's gonna do really good for you. But it really depends. Like everything can be countered, any defense can be countered, but on offense, like in arena, there many times I've heard about Dark Corvus like doing like 100 win streak type of deal. So yeah, because he can kill anything. If you're setting up your kill, he will murder that target. So yeah, in PV he can be used, especially with Isaria in Automated Tower before it was nerfed. The floor 100, a lot of the clears were using Dark Corvus the early on, especially the early kills. So expect Dark Corvus to show up again in when they release hard mode for Automated Tower. He can definitely shine there. In real-time arena, whenever they release that, they're saying December 2019, so he can definitely shine there. And I mean, yeah, you can do a setup with him, and you could use like a rage set and use this area and really kill anyone with that setup. I mean, other places where he could shine in PvE, he's too slow. That's the problem. He's too slow to build up, like to get this thing ready. The damage on that is not high enough. He does have sustain. The provoke bosses are immune to provoke anyways, but I would say he definitely shines the most in PvP. I mean, you could bring him as your farmer in PvE in adventure. He could be your main your leader. He could, like, your friends can use him. You can use him as your farmer. He can probably clear anything in adventure, anything in unrecorded history. He could definitely deal with all that stuff. But I mean, that's a natural 5-star Moonlight hero, so I mean, when you get a hero like that, you don't want them to just like shine there. Of course, like I said, PvP offense is definitely where he shines the most, and that's why I want him. I have Isaria. Like, if I could get him, man, oh my god. Anyways, well, that's pretty much it for this one, guys. If you do have him, like, congratulations once again. And if you don't have Isaria yet, don't worry. Like, there's still, you can still use him on offense without her. Just make sure you can land defense down. Even if you don't, well, I mean, he can probably like solo a lot of teams that don't have any sustain. So yeah. Anyways, have fun with him. Thanks for watching. I'm Astranox. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. Press the bell icon for like to be notified whenever I release a new video. And check out my other videos. They should be showing up on the screen now. Playlists of all sorts, arena, guild wars, guides, tips, and how-tos, and Abyss Floor 62+. So check those out if you haven't. And also join my Discord server. The link is in the description. And that's it for this one. Peace out for now.